Well, we're now onto the big boats here. This is the Temple Challenge Cup, and on the far side of the screen, Nottingham University. And on the near side of the screen, Harvard University, all the way from Massachusetts, USA. And we heard lots of noise in that previous race, but even more so here as these eights go charging down the track, these student eights in the Temple Challenge Cup.
Yeah, well, Nottingham University have drawn Harvard, so they know they have to give absolutely everything from the start. And Harvard are here for a reason, and we're seeing that as they absolutely storm away from the island. Powerful, rate is high, good length, very, very sharp, announcing their arrival in the Temple Challenge Cup.
Wow, that was some speed from Harvard University. This is a combination of their first boat and their second boat, their 1V and their 2V as they call them in the US. And just for context, Kat, to get that much speed off the end of the island and that much distance, that's quite rare, isn't it, in this sort of bigger boat event?
Yeah, it's very dominant, isn't it? It's a different level, it's a different technical level, it's a different physiology level, the amount of training that they've done. And Harvard don't come over unless they've got a good crew. And, you know, usually they make a choice. They don't come every year. They come when they think, yep, we've really got something special. A lot of experience. Many of them have, in fact, rowed at Henley for, you know, schools. Patrick Adams in the 5-seat won the Princess Elizabeth in 2016. And there's rowing, Junior World Rowing Championship experience at Apostolos Lykomitros at 6. You know, this is a really class crew.
Yeah, and actually I noticed as well, coached by former Harvard oarsman himself, Patrick Lepage, whose family have a long history here at Henley Royal Regatta. He himself, a very talented oarsman, so I suspect no cobwebs at all on this Harvard crew.
Yeah, very dominant. There we see from the back shot, they are giving it their all in that Nottingham University crew. They've been going through the season, racing at Bucks, racing at the Metropolitan, racing at the head of the Trent. You know, all of the races really leading up to this. See how much speed can they get to bring to the Henley Royal Regatta. But they have come up against Harvard University, who have dropped the rate and are looking supreme. You can see Joshua Brangan there in the bow seat, just 19 years old. He's an under-19 world rowing champion in the men's Coxless 4 last year. He rowed at Henley Royal Regatta the last 2 years with St Edward's School in the stroke seat, where he was competing in the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. So he's moved from the stroke seat to the bow seat, and he will be enjoying the view from there today.
Yeah, these are the live pictures now as we come down this 2,112-metre course at Henley Royal Regatta, and pain on the faces of Nottingham University. Really difficult to be the trailing crew, especially against the gargantuan Harvard University, who, as you say, when they come here, they mean business. And looking back at these shots here, Harvard dropping that stroke rating once again, trying to conserve some energy, because this is a really competitive event here in the Temple Challenge Cup. Lots of international interest, not just Harvard, but many others here.
Absolutely, and so you always want to conserve energy whenever you can. You're going to know you've got some tough matchups coming, and you know, this actually gives you an opportunity when you've got this much of a distance on a crew to really build a rhythm, to build that cohesion within the crew, for the cocks to kind of talk through some of the moves you're going to need in the next days to come, to, you know, make sure that technique is on point, feeling what it's like coming down the course with the popple, the extra popple you get from the launches, the swell, you know, the wind on your backs, all of those things that are often kind of just feels different at Henley. You have to get used to the water, and that's what the Harvard Cox will be keeping them very focused on, so that they're really ready when they come under more pressure. But my goodness, there's guys from Nottingham University, Luke Knight in the stroke, Sam Bennett, George Wright, Dylan James, William Tozer, Oliver Lawton, James Lorne and Lucas Salmon. They have fought and given it their all.
They really have, and actually that was a really nice shot before of Lucas Salmon in the bow seat of that Nottingham University crew. Perhaps a nod to their opposition in that US rowing cap that he was wearing, sort of knowing to don that in preparation for this race up against the Crimson of Harvard University. But look at that style as they move through the enclosures and move through the line in a victory of the Temple Challenge Cup. And it's been some time since we've seen Harvard University in the final of the Temple. It was last in 2013 when they lost to Lacha of the Netherlands. Maybe we could see them progress once again here.
Will they change that a decade on? They looked very impressive and they were cruising over the line at a very low rate with a lot of boat run. So they are putting down a marker for this event.